Here are new discoveries and rapid developments in technology, from weapons, communication, to medical.
Cryptography. The German Enigma machine was a well-known cryptographic device during World War II. The Germans utilized a tool to encode their messages. In a complex process, the Enigma machine changed the letters of a message using gears. Enigma's capacity to generate numerous encryption combinations renders decryption immensely challenging. The British Code Bureau, Government Code and Cipher School at Bletchley Park, led by figures such as Alan Turing and Dilly Knox, managed to crack the German Enigma code. In the history of cryptography, this was a great achievement. The Bureau has mobilized many people who know how to encrypt and decrypt, including many women who were instrumental in the effort to crack the enemy code. Alan Turing was one of the key figures in breaking the Enigma code. He developed a decryption machine known as the bomb, which was used to break the Enigma code. His contributions were crucial to Bletchley Park's efforts and computing's history.
Antibiotic. Penicillin was the first antibiotic discovered by Alexander Fleming in 1928, before World War II. Penicillin was first used on a limited basis to treat certain bacterial infections. During World War II, the demand for antibiotics increased dramatically due to the infections and infectious wounds in severely wounded soldiers. The Manhattan Project, which developed the atomic bomb, also resulted in intensive research on penicillin's purification and mass production. Penicillin mass production efforts began in the United States in 1941 with the help of the government, universities, and the pharmaceutical industry. This resulted in the massive penicillin production available to Allied troops and hospital patients. During World War II, many other antibiotics were discovered or developed, including streptomycin, 1943, chloramphenicol, 1947, and tetracycline, 1950. These antibiotics were effective against many different types of bacteria. After the war, antibiotics were widely used in medicine to treat various bacterial infections. This changed the practice of modern medicine and reduced mortality from diseases. The discovery and development of antibiotics during World War II was recognized, with the Nobel Prize in Medicine being awarded to several researchers, including Alexander Fleming, Howard Florey, and Ernst Boris Chain.
Anti-aircraft guns. During the early part of the war, anti-aircraft machine guns with large calibers, such as the 40mm Bofors and 20mm Oerlikon, were widely used. These guns were designed to fire at aircraft approaching targets or operating in enemy airspace. Anti-aircraft cannons that had greater firepower than machine guns became more common. Cannons such as the German 88 MBMR Flak are used against more significant, more powerful enemy aircraft. Fighter aircraft also play a role in anti-aircraft defense. They are equipped with anti-aircraft weapons such as machine guns and cannons and can intercept enemy aircraft. During the Battle of Britain in 1940, Great Britain successfully faced massive German air attacks with the help of anti-aircraft machine guns, cannons, and Spitfire and Hurricane fighters.
Jet engine. The first successful jet engine developed was the Heinkel He-178, a German experimental jet aircraft designed by Hans von Ohain. The jet engine used in this aircraft was the Heinkel HES-3B jet engine. The Heinkel He-178 made its first flight on August 27, 1939. It was the first successful flight with a jet engine in history. During World War II, Germany created high-speed airplanes like the Messerschmitt Me-262. It was the first jet fighter used in combat. The Messerschmitt Me-262 had its first combat use in 1944. The jet motors were faster and had better cruising capability than the piston motors that were accessible during that period. The use of jet engines in World War II changed the landscape of military aviation.
Guided missiles. Guided missiles first appeared in 1944 during World War II. The first successful guided missile developed was the V1, Vergeltungswaffe 1, an automatic guided missile weapon produced in Nazi Germany. The V1 was a cruise missile that used a jet engine to launch itself from a ground launcher. It was first used in conflict in 1944 when Germany sent a V1 attack on Britain as part of a vengeance campaign. The development of the V1 and subsequent missiles laid the foundation for modern missile technology. After World War II, other countries, including the United States and the Soviet Union, began to develop and refine missile technology for various purposes, including military and space exploration.
Atomic bomb. The creation of the first atomic bomb was part of the Manhattan Project, a secret United States program that began in 1939 to develop nuclear weapons. The project involved many scientists, engineers, and military personnel. The Manhattan Project research team included renowned physicists such as J. Robert Oppenheimer, Enrico Fermi, and Richard Feynman, as well as thousands of other scientists working in secret laboratories in Los Alamos, New Mexico. The first successfully tested atomic bomb was Little Boy. It was a uranium-235 bomb designed by physicist Robert Serber. It worked on the principle of nuclear fission, in which the uranium-235 nucleus split into two parts, releasing enormous energy. Before its actual use on the battlefield, Little Boy was tested in the so-called Trinity test on July 16, 1945, in Alamogordo, New Mexico. The test was successful and resulted in a large explosion. On August 6, 1945, Little Boy was dropped over the city of Hiroshima, Japan, by a B-29 bomber named Enola Gay. The explosion destroyed the city, killing many people and causing extensive damage. On August 9, 1945, Japan's Nagasaki was hit by Fat Man, a second atomic bomb, after only 3 days from the first bomb drop. The bomb contained plutonium-239 and caused significant harm and devastation.
Rocket. The first rocket to reach space was the V2, Vergeltungswaffe 2 rocket made in Nazi Germany. The first launch of the V2 rocket into space took place on June 20, 1944, during World War II. Rocket was an impressive technological achievement for its time and became an important milestone in the development of rocket technology. After World War II, German scientists working on the V2 rocket, like Wernher von Braun, were taken to the United States and the Soviet Union in Operation Paperclip and Operation Osławiakim. They went on to make significant contributions to the space programs of both countries. The V2 rocket served as the foundation for later space rockets.